Daily Grey. So, as we've said about dog handling before, 99% boredom, 1% excitement. We may about to see 1%. We may be about to see 1% excitement. So I'm working in crew at the moment, just on a quiet job. I'm only doing it for a favour because someone said, "Can you do me this favour and work this job?" Usually I would have said no. It's a fucking shit boring job. However, I just got a message off one of the higher uppers saying, "Can you urgently go to Chester? There's been an urgent incident there and you've been called to it." So I am now semi-urgently on my way to Chester. I mean, as urgent as I can be. I need to get fuel and food and shit. There's a handler on site now, but I have been summoned, so Chester bound we are. I've got no idea what's going on, nor does she. She just said there's a manager on there now. I'll fill you in when you get there. Could be something, could be nothing. But this is what dog handling is like, guys, if you want to get into this industry. And loads of people in this industry will slate it and say it's a shit job, and it's not. It's really not. Even when I was just full-time handling, I wasn't trained. I took a year out of training completely and just went handling. Mainly to make contacts and, you know, build a black book and stuff. Even when I was doing it full-time, it still wasn't a shit job. The only downside to this, well, there are a few downsides, but it depends what kind of person you are as to whether there even are downsides or not. One downside is you've got to be willing to fucking travel. So like now, I'm in crew and I'm going to Chester.
In 600 feet,
just
turn left onto
now.
Flowers Lane.
Like, there's no warning about that, you're going to Chester. It's much like being in the military, you know, like, oh, you need to go here now. Okay, cool. And obviously you're self-employed, you can say no. But you're not going to get paid. The other downside is hours. If you want to earn a good living dog handling, you've got to put the hours in. But then equally, on the flip side, if you're a dog guy or a dog gal, it's hours with your dog. It's not hours in a warehouse packing fucking boxes or bricklaying or doing manual labour or building houses or, you know, difficult shit. It's long hours sat playing with your dog primarily. And yeah, of course, you get the bad jobs or the good jobs, however you want to see it, that are interesting and busy, and you do have to work hard, but they're not. Alright, Satnav, you told me already. We don't have to have the same discussion 7 times. And they're not often. So ultimately, if you're going to be a dog handler, whether you enjoy it or not depends on what kind of person you are genetically. You know, if you like being outside and like a bit of fucking cold and rain and being away for long periods of time. I like being away. I don't like being away directly because I miss my fiance and my daughter, obviously. What I like is coming home. I like that feeling of coming home. I was not built to do real life day in, day out. It's just not who I am. And I accepted that many years ago. But if you are that kind of person, you know, home bird, nest builder, need to be with your family all the time, need to see your friends every day, not the job for you. And just accept that. Accept who you are as a person. There's no point in fucking trying to wing it just because I'm doing this and just because other people are doing this. Because it's very easy for me as well. People that I look up to, I'm like, I want to be like that. Well, if you're just not that way inclined, you're not that way inclined. So I'm going to go to Chester. I'll let you know when I know more. So it turns out that it wasn't a blissfully exciting job. They expected travellers here. However, no travellers. So, a few patrols to do, bits and bats. But I'm going to jump in the van a bit later on and do pros and cons, do's and don'ts of dog handling. Do's and don'ts of dog handling is probably the title of this video, so you probably already know that. But yeah, super quiet. Super quiet. We didn't get our 1%, but we'll get it on camera one day. We'll get it on camera one day. On the plus side, quiet sites mean prime dog training time. So I'm going to get these dogs out and then we'll film this do's and don'ts of dog handling. I tell you what I want to talk about in this video, because it's been more dog handler-esque, whatever the term is, than training. So let's talk about dog handler do's and don'ts. This is my makeshift light. Look at that. Because if I put it off, this side's fine because of my interior light. This side, however, isn't great. It's like Dark Side of the Moon, isn't it? So if I just prop him there, that makes it a little bit better, doesn't it? So dog handler do's and don'ts. Do be completely sure that this is what you want to do for a living. If you're going to go into this, it's a huge commitment financially, it's a huge commitment of your time, it's a huge commitment of your life moving forwards. Like we discussed earlier, or yesterday, or whenever it was, you're away for long periods of time. You need to be sure that you're the right kind of person to play this game. You're on your own a lot, a hell of a lot. Like, I am completely on my own all week this week. I won't see another human being, except for at the shops and things. And speaking of which, I hate energy drinks, but this stuff is a winner. Monster juiced. I need to remember that. So yeah, you need to make sure that you're the right kind of person to play this game. Do have a good fucking dog, number 2. There are loads of dog handlers that you'll come across if you get into this industry, and their dogs are a pile of shit. And I'm not saying that, you know, in a pretentious way that my dogs are amazing and blah, blah, blah. There are also a few handlers that have got outstanding dogs, better than mine. The last thing you want to do is rock up to a traveller's site and know that your dog's not going to stand in front of you when shit hits the fan. Because then when it gets hairy, your body language, everything, your whole demeanour will show that you're not confident to stand there. I don't want to fight with a traveller. They'll kick the fuck out of me. The only reason I'm confident to stand there is because I've got a massive Rottweiler, and I know fucking damn well from the bottom of my heart that the dog is going to bite you if you come up to him. Zero doubts. You need that certainty in this game. Because, you know, jobs like this and jobs like I've been on this week, quiet as hell. They're expecting travellers here. And I'm not treating that any different to just a normal job, because expecting travellers to me means nothing. I've got a dog that'll bite you. You don't care if you're a traveller. You don't care if you're a Muhammad Ali. He's still going to bite you, and it's still going to fucking hurt. So do have a good dog. Do keep up with your CT training. Having a good dog's great. You could go and buy a dog today. You could email me and I could put you into a guy that would sell you an exceptional dog today. If you don't keep training that dog, it's going to be a piece of shit in a year's time. And you've got this bravado and confidence because you've seen the dog work and you know the dog can do it. And then it twigs that you've not trained all year. You go and stick the dog into someone and it's like, what? And then you're going to get head kicked in with a piece of 2x4. Or a machete, or a kosh, or something else equally horrific. So do keep up with training. Optional do. NAS do, NTI-PDU, BIPDT. So many companies are very preferential to people that have got NTI-PDU, NAS do, or BIPDT. 3 dog handling qualifications. I don't have any of them, and never will have any of them. However, don't take my stance on that. You're probably better off having it because companies like it. The way I get around it is that if a company rings me and says you haven't got a qualification, I go, yep, cool, no problem. You assess my dog, any assessment, any time, any place, no bother at all. The reason I haven't got NASDA is because I find it a little bit offensive that I've got to pay you £600 to do walk on a lead, sit, down, stay, bark, bite. Like, come on, go fuck yourself. I can do that myself, it's no problem. I know my dogs are infinitely better than that, and it's only through training, it's not because they're marvels of fucking engineering or anything. So there's your optional. Don'ts. Don't do things that you don't want to do in this industry, like we spoke about earlier. So if you don't want to do sites with a million check calls, if you don't want to do compulsory patrols, if you don't want to do traveller sites, if you don't want to do festivals, don't do it. Don't do it. You're self-employed for a reason. That reason is that you can pick and choose your work. Now, obviously, if this is your bread and butter, you might have to take some jobs that you don't like. It's part of fucking life. Put your big boy pants on and get on with it. But for a rule, like I said earlier, set your rules. You've got to set the rules. Because you'll get companies going, I've got a job here, £8 an hour, 1,000,000 hours a week, you can earn good money, and then there's 20 bazillion check calls and 400 miles of Deister points to do, and you're doing it for £8 an hour when you could be doing £10 an hour and training your dog. So don't do that. Don't be a fucking tactical Timmy. Now, this is as tactical Timmy-ish as I get, tack vest. Beyond that, don't do it. You know, you get guys coming up and they've got their own fucking radios and they've got compasses and, you know, they're walking around with a toy SA80 and they're just fucking knobs, climbing in trees, giving themselves call signs on a site that's 10 metres long. You know, like, if you need me, just shout, Jay, come and help me. Obviously, you do work jobs where you do need call signs and there are radios and there are maps and you've got to understand grid references and map reading. And there's a map here. Pointless, man. But you know, like on some jobs, this map will be gridded off and you've got to understand grid references and you've got a call sign and you've got to speak to a control room, and of course, that's fine. If the job requires it, that's fine. But don't be a tactical Timmy. Don't be the big I am either, because they're dickheads and they usually got shit dogs. Might not fuck anyone up and they get it out and it's a pet German Shepherd. Now, you might trick 90% of the world, but the 10% that matter can see you straight through it. So, do's and don'ts of dog handling. If you want to get into the game, get into the game. I think it's great. Loads of people will give you loads of shit, like, it's a shit job, and the pay shit, everyone's bullshit, blah, 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 crying, because they're not practitioners. I really enjoy it because I pick my jobs, I pick my people that I work with. You know, like if a company rang me up tomorrow and said, average rate for a dog handler is £10, £11 an hour. If a company rang me up tomorrow and said, I give you £20 an hour to work here, and it was a bullshit job, I wouldn't take it. There's not a chance. I'd rather work at £10 an hour with a team that I enjoy, and a job that I enjoy. I'm only here because it was a favour for someone. The industry's not bullshit. The industry can be bullshit, but so can every industry. Dog training's the same. So, if you want to get into the industry, get into the fucking industry. Home stretch has begun. 5 AM, 2 hours to go. So, one of the difficult things of being a dog handler is transitioning from night to day life. But it's something I struggle with. I'm a night owl by nature anyway, but obviously not this far on. You know, I don't get up at 4, 5 PM and go to bed at 9, 10 in the morning. So I'm going to try something new today. I'm going to sleep, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours this side before I even set off home. So literally at 7 o'clock when I finish, I'm going to try and go to sleep. I'm probably not going to be able to go to sleep on the dot, but even if I can get up for 12, you know, if I get to sleep for 8, 9, get up for 12, in the hope that then I can go through my day as normal. You're blocking all the light, big head. Big head. If I can get the day done as normal, then... This is Rottweiler life, by the way, guys. If you want a Rottweiler, you've got to be able to deal with this shit. He's very heavy. Third time lucky. If I can get my day done as normal then, you know, getting up at 12-ish, hopefully I can get to bed for a reasonable-ish time, and then tomorrow will be fine. The other option, obviously, is to stay up. So you finish at 7 and then stay up all day, but I find it very difficult. By the time 6, 7 o'clock's come, I'm fucking suffering hard by that point. So we're going to give this a whirl. Should we wrap this up here, Flacky? I think we'll wrap this up here. So, question of the day. Rottweiler features, you are not helping this situation one little bit. Question of the day is, have you ever thought about becoming a dog handler? If so, are you going to do it? If not, and if you haven't thought about it, if you have thought about it, why aren't you going to do it? I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully with less Rottweiler on me. I feel like I need to press that button to end this video, bud, because I don't think you're going to do it, are you? Do you want to go over there? That would be brilliant. I'll see you all tomorrow.